Me?
No, no.
Can you hear my voice? Oh, now you can.
All right.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
My name is Ari Kasha, and I'm from Seraphic Security. Seraphic Security is all about browser security, okay? This is basically what we do. I mean, we are all users, right? We are all using the same browser when we want to access to the company's SaaS application and when we want to browse privately. The thing is that the browser is the most common application that we have today, and it's also the most vulnerable one. I mean, we are all working using the browsers, right? We are all having more and more SaaS application because we are working more and more from home. And the browser become one of the main vectors for infection. So if you read the statistics like I do, 76% of ransomware is delivered by browsers. 40% of all 0 days are aiming and targeting browsers. So when we are talking about 0 days, by the way, I think it was something like 4 weeks or 3 weeks ago when Google released another CVE for a 0 day. And these things happen a lot. Now, when I'm talking about threats, in general, threat could be either coming from within, DLP-related, malicious insiders, and so on, but the majority of the threats are coming from the outside. And I'm referring to phishing or spear phishing attacks dedicated to your companies. I'm talking about different types of exploits and so on and so forth. So what is the Seraphic solution? First, Seraphic is quite an innovative company. We have 15 patents pending regarding our technology and also 2 that have been granted. Now, the solution is quite simple, and the simplicity of the solution is overwhelming. We inject a code, a JavaScript code, into your browsers, whatever browser you guys are having. That could be Chrome and Edge and Firefox, whatever. We are fully agnostic for that. Once we're injecting our code into your browsers, we can convert them into an enterprise-grade one. Now, the installation is quite simple. You can use tools like BigFix or SCCM. You can use Jamf or Intune, or even, of course, GPO. We do that for managed and unmanaged devices. So what is the patent behind Seraphic, and why we are considered the best-of-breed browser security solution? In every browser, there are 2 components that communicate with each other at all times. The first one is called JavaScript code, and the second one called JavaScript engine. Now, think about the engine. It's like the heart of the browser. Think about a browser. It's like an additional operating system you have on your laptops, right? So what we do is injecting our code to sit on the application level, on the code level. Now, what our code is doing is quite simple. It's taking the communication between the JavaScript code and the JavaScript engine, sort of scrambling it, and creating what we call a chaotic layer between the JavaScript code and the JavaScript engine. So once you have a 0-day or malicious code attack, that's always trying to reach to the JavaScript engine. Now, with Seraphic, it will simply not find a way because we changed the path. So generically wise, you can say that Seraphic blocks all 0 days. Of course, without any detecting, because no one has really a database for 0 days, right? So think about Seraphic in general as a sort of an EDR, but for your browsers. Similar to EDR, we sit on the application level. Similar to EDR, we see all the processes that are running in the background. Now, what we can give you is basically 2 things, security and governance. What we are saying is that because of our unique location in the heart of the browser, and because of the unique generic approach by Seraphic, because the concept behind Seraphic is called moving target defense, MTD, or chaotic target defense, which is our patent, we don't require any updates or any databases. So, circling back, when I'm referring to security, basically, we have 2 engines that are running in parallel, one for detection and one for prevention, and one is parallel to another. But we can give you 3 things in security. The first one is a full protection against any type of 0 days attack, generically. The second one is a second layer of phishing prevention on top of what you already have in your mail. But the way we do it is quite generic because we are not working according to any database. And this is why we are so much successful with spear phishing attacks. The way we do it, for example, is that once a user clicks on a link that he got, you, of course, go through the browser. Then Seraphic kicks in. we have more than 120 different parameters in real-time telemetry when we can tell you if that website is a phishing website, yes or not. So we were referring to zero-day protection. We're talking about phishing prevention. The third layer is any type of web-based attacks. So you're browsing the internet, you go to a website. That website could be infected intentionally or unintentionally with cross-site scripting, clickjacking, lots of different types of LAN scan and other different types of web-based attack. The second layer here is, of course, the governance. Again, three main pillars. The biggest one, of course, is DLP, the data leak prevention, which is our ability to make sure that none of your users will be able to copy-paste or upload or do anything related to your PII, to your sensitive information. Second pillar here is our ability to make sure that none of your users will be able to take their own domain password and use it outside of your domain. You know, humans, people, we like to take the same password, we use it for almost everything we can. The issue is that that website that you are going to authenticate to could be hacked, right? And someone will do a simple reverse engineering using my password to crawling inside my company. The third layer here is extensions. Most of the extensions that people download for their browsers are completely legit, right? That could be Cisco, WebEx, Grammarly, and others. Some extensions could be malicious, and some extensions could be related to crypto mining or DLP. One of the main unique value propositions with Seraphic is that we are processing everything internally inside your browsers. Now, three main values for that. First, no content will be uploaded from your browser to the internet. We are processing everything internally, much more safer that way. Second thing, you don't need to change your infrastructure. You don't need to allocate to Seraphic any additional servers or operating system or anything of that sort. And more important, from the end user perspective, this is completely seamless and frictionless. The third layer here, that since we are working inside your browser, we don't care about the physical location of the users. You can open your laptop in here, browse from this Wi-Fi, you still have the same level of governance and security as you're working inside a company. So it's also best for people who work from home. Lots and lots of references that we have all over for different sectors. For example, Agora, which is a Booking.com company, purchased Seraphic mainly because of our spear phishing capabilities, but not only. The second customer is here. This is a big insurance company. By the way, they are managing $90 billion in fund. Their CDO stated in LinkedIn, he wrote, once in a while comes a solution that is a real game changer, and that's Seraphic. Lots and lots of different security awards and industry recognition that we receive. If you guys want to receive more information, our booth is right over there, and we are waiting for you. But before we end, I just want to introduce Mr. Daniel Hart, System Administrator with BCP. Daniel,
Hello.
please.
Hello. Switch forward.
Yeah, you can just push it in here.
Ja, das werden wir mal auf Deutsch switchen. Wir haben Seraphic, das Sicherheitssystem, seit ungefähr einem Jahr bei uns im Unternehmen eingesetzt. Ich kann da nur Positives drüber berichten. Wir sind ein Unternehmen in der Immobilienbranche, ursprünglich aus Israel, heute ein niederländisch-israelisches Unternehmen. Das Gesamtvermögen ist ungefähr bei 1,45 Milliarden Euro, 113 Angestellte. Das Nettovermögen ist ungefähr 768 Millionen. Ja, Cash Balance ist genügend Geld noch da auf der Bank, auf jeden Fall. Ja, und unsere Immobilien verteilen sich zu 81% auf halt normale Wohnungen. Ungefähr 1% sind halt Portfolios, die, sage ich mal, Parks enthalten, und ungefähr 18% sind Portfolios, die wir noch bebauen wollen. So, was ist das Besondere an Seraphic? Ich denke einfach mal, der Hauptgrund, warum wir es einsetzen, ist, weil wir ständig, besonders weil wir ein niederländisch-israelisches Unternehmen sind, heftigen Attacken ausgesetzt sind. Und durch die Anwendung des webbasierten Systems können wir auch, sage ich mal, leicht die Software verteilen. Das heißt, sie ist im Chrome-Browser beispielsweise mit installiert. Also es ist überhaupt kein Problem, man kann sie generell verteilen. Ja, die ganzen Policies etc. können auch, sage ich mal, im Homeoffice auch verteilt werden, ebenso die anderen Sachen. Ja, es ist auf jeden Fall einfach zu installieren, es ist auf jeden Fall, sage ich mal, die Verteilung an die User ist sehr einfach. Also ich habe kein besseres System gefunden. Es installiert sich als Add-in in einem Browser und es funktioniert einwandfrei. Wie gesagt, wir setzen es seit einem Jahr ein und sind sehr, sehr zufrieden. Jo.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Ja. Jo. Jo.
Thank you.